I'm hard on you. Because the world is hard.
This is where they would paint you with big eyes and bubbles of confusion above your head.
It's amazing to meet you.
Welcome. I hope you did not masturbate today.
Wow, that's nice.
Good for you.
Bienvenue dans le Grand Frisson, l'émission qui explore tous les visages de l'héroïsme.
Love.
Love.
Car les films du jour nous inviteront à cerner les contours parfois étonnants et souvent tordus des justiciers.
I dig that. Cheers.
Avec M. Night Shyamalan, nous verrons comment recoller les morceaux des surhommes brisés de classe, mais il y aura aussi un gamin détenteur de l'arme absolue, un politicien trop humain, une astronaute trop sexy et un voleur redresseur de tort.
Bando.
Alors ouvrez grand vos yeux, contiti vos nerfs optiques et asticote vos neurones.
Okay then.
Elijah's changed over the years. He's given up.
You won't be lonely anymore. You have two new friends.
Maintenant que vous avez tous vu Split et que vous vous êtes fait spoiler par la promotion de Glass, vous savez que ces deux films composent une trilogie initiée il y a presque 20 ans par le chef-d'œuvre de M. Night Shyamalan, Incassable. Un grand projet cinématographique qui a été pensé comme tel dès la conception du premier volet, si l'on en croit l'auteur-réalisateur.
Well, the original outline was probably Unbreakable, Split, and a third, maybe even a half of Glass. So there was a lot of these three movies were in the original idea. It was this dude survives the crash.
It's a sad story.
Then that guy abducts these three girls.
He's done awful things to people, and he'll do awful things to you.
This third person says, I think I know what's going on. Comic books are based on reality. No, that can't be true. And then when he finally accepts it and bumps into this guy,
That is not a fantasy.
and then they all see two comic book characters come to life, and he's like, I was right. That was kind of the original outline.
Once again, please.
Si Glass réunit donc les trois surhommes présentés dans les deux précédents volets, il accorde également une place importante à leurs compagnons humains.
Did you know the first Superman couldn't even fly? And Metropolis is actually New York City. And what about all the coincidences in what I was reading?
Comic books are an obsession.
The movie's actually about families, and for me, the three families of these individuals. And some of them are not traditional nuclear families. Yes, there's a son and a mother. There's the father and a son relationship. And then there's two people that are falling in love, essentially. You know, a weird love story, essentially, with Kevin and Casey. Those were the family members, and I wanted to tell the story through those connections.
Ces trois personnages restent l'une des bonnes idées de Glass, d'autant plus que, contrairement à ce que l'on aurait pu penser, ils sont unis lors de l'affrontement de leurs pendants surhumains.
That whole idea that the family members weren't necessarily against each other, initially, that there would be some awkwardness, but they're on this side of the, hey, our loved ones are extraordinary. Who's raise your hand if you think your loved one is extraordinary. They would be on the same side as that fence. So they're bonded in that, especially in this movie, because they're visiting a mental institution that's telling them that their loved ones are crazy.
I know this seems very unfair to you, but you are stuck in this room.
Guy the Beast fought, he's right there. You can't beat the Beast. He doesn't think he can beat the Beast, does he? Huh? Beast's like,
Bien qu'elle soit plus brouillonne en général dans Glass, la précision de la mise en scène de Shyamalan reste néanmoins prégnante dans un grand combat final où les points de vue de la caméra prennent le contrepoint des films de super-héros habituels.
pointing out the thing that I think is the Achilles heel in most comic book movies, that the big fight at the end, the big confrontation, you lose the characters, that the rules start to become blurry. So for me, in this movie, when they all finally met, that I needed to maintain the integrity, the cinematic integrity of what we're doing, and to undermine where you think you're going with these type of movies. So it was really important that it played in an operatic way. I was trying to do it, the opera of it, but it needs to be a character moment, this confrontation, not action.
I've turned off the water hoses in your room, David. There's only the door left.
Elijah.
It's metal. But you can't get through it because people's bones
Break against metal, and you're nothing special.
A lot of people are going to die, Overseer, if you don't get through that door.
Qu'il s'agisse du travail sur les personnages humains ou de ce grand affrontement, Glass est au final un film sur la foi, celle des personnages pour les pouvoirs des surhommes, mais aussi celle de Shyamalan et du public pour les promesses du film.
All great movies for me, when I see them, every scene is about the same thing. Kramer versus Kramer, you see the first scene is about the same thing that every scene is about, the connection of family or whatever it is you want to say. And in this movie, this is about doubt and belief. And so every scene is about, do you believe, can I make you doubt, every single moment, all the way through.
C'est là l'une des plus belles idées d'un troisième opus, très perfectible, mais plutôt attachant.